If you're thinking about moving to Erie, Colorado, then you absolutely need to watch this video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the top hottest new neighborhood that has just hit Erie. This neighborhood is called Westerly. Let's get started. Hi there, this is Christy Lee here, and I am a local real estate agent in the state of Colorado, but I actually do live in Erie, and I do love this neighborhood. This new neighborhood is called Westerly, and it's on the east side of Erie, right across the street from actually the Erie High School. Now, what makes this neighborhood so popular? Well, a lot of things actually, and I'm finding a lot of people who are moving into this neighborhood already live in Erie, and other communities are wanting to move to Westerly because of all these awesome things. So what is it? So first off, Westerly is owned by Sutherland Company, which is a company out of Nashville, Tennessee. So they are award-winning community or builder, building a community out here, okay? There's 3 builders in Westerly. There is going to be the Brightland Homes, SLC, so that's Sutherland Company, and McStain Homes. And I'm going to be talking to you about all 3 of these builders because all of them are fantastic and all of them offer something different. But this community is more than just builders. It's more than just homes. In fact, they actually, cater to a community lifestyle. So they have what is called the Waypoint, and they're going to have, that's their community center. So that's where their pool is, their gym is, all of that stuff. But they actually have an events coordinator on staff, not somebody who just volunteers, anything like that. This person is actually paid and on staff and actually has events on a regular basis for their community. So that is a game changer for all communities, I find, especially if you're somebody who wants to be involved or maybe new to the area, you don't know anyone. This is a perfect way to do that. Another thing that this community is going to have, doesn't have yet, but it will have, is going to be a market center. So this is going to be where you could buy, coffee, ice cream, maybe a beer, snacks, whatever. And it's all going to be walkable within this neighborhood. So these are some of the highlights of this community on why people are driving to wanting to move to this particular area. Now, Westerly is a big project, okay? So they just started roughly about 2 years ago, and we're going to be roughly 20 years out before they complete. So it is a big, massive project. So if you're somebody who wants something more established, more mature, Westerly is not going to be it for you. I promise you that, because there's building all over the place. You're going to see the tractors and the dirt and all that stuff for quite some time. They actually are building on, the south side currently right now, and they're going to have roughly about 1,500 homes. And that's where the Waypoint Community Center is. That's where the pool is, the marketplace, all of that stuff. Eventually, it is going to hop the street of Erie Parkway, and there's going to be another, I think, 2,500 to 3,000 homes on the other side of the street, the north side, right behind Erie High School. And that community is going to be even bigger than the north side, okay? You're going to have a much grander pool with slides and so much more amenities. You're going to have a much bigger clubhouse. I heard that there might be a restaurant there. There's just talks of so many amazing things on that side with retail and this and that. So that's just another draw on why people are wanting to come here, because there is a lot going on in this community that no other neighborhood in Erie, and very rare, maybe 2 in Colorado in general that I can think of offhand. So that's another reason why people are coming to this area. So the builder, so SLC, the developer, has a vision, and they want something kind of like, think about 1950s or maybe Main Street Disney, where you're going to have the tree-lined streets, a very, designer architecture. You're going to have, huge front porches. They really do want their community to be involved with each other. They want people to be walking down the street and waving at each other, opposed to closed inside or in their backyards and not talking to the rest of their neighbors, right? So you'll see the way this architecture is when you're driving through the community. Another thing that they're really striving for is landscape. So their big thing in this community is going to be landscape. Again, this community is only 2 years old, so all of this landscape is pretty small and, baby-like, but it will be grandiose at one point. So you're going to see this tree-lined streets. They actually have high, people, like as far as horticulturalists, people on staff who they make sure everything is very pristine. The landscape of all of these houses and the amenities around these houses has to be really up to date, really well kept, really beautiful and manicured. So you're going to start to see that as this community evolves. A lot of these front yards are just going to have the xeriscape. So you're going to have those cute little bushes, maybe some flowers, things like that. But you're not going to have the big yards, the grass yards in the front. You're not going to have all that because that's just not how this community is set. A lot of these yards are going to be either on the side. You will have backyards on some of the homes, but most of them are going to be on the side. So side yards, it's a whole new idea out here in Colorado, is to have those side yards. So that's another thing that they're really, really wanting, is that front porch living, beautiful landscape, walkability to all of these things. And that's why people are drawn to this area. Hey, just real quick, if you're finding this information valuable or informative to you, can you please click that subscribe button right there and type me a little comment, anything like that. It helps me push out more content to other people just like you. Now back to the video. So there are 3 builders that are building within the Westerly community. The first one is going to be Brightland Homes. Now Brightland Homes, I would say, is probably the more of the affordable homes. For the most part, they're going to be all 100% energy efficient. They are going to either be ranch style or 2-story, but then they're also bringing on their townhomes here pretty soon too. They haven't broke ground on their townhomes just as of yet. Right now we're in March of 2025, but those are plotted to go in the next couple months. But as far as the price points for these homes, you're going to be anywhere between 500s going up to maybe 850 or so, low 800s. And these homes are going to range between 1,200 square feet and 2,400 square feet. So 2-car garage, all of them are going to have the alleyway load. So your garages are going to be in the back, not the front, because they want you to have those front porches. A lot of them have the front porches on the top too. So off of the bedroom up top. So you will have that as well. And then again, those side yards. Now Brightland Homes is going to have, they're pretty small side yards. So maybe something, if maybe you don't need like a lot of, maybe you don't have dogs or kids and you don't need all that maintenance. These are the type of homes that are going to be perfect for you and those type of lifestyles. Maybe you could put some, xeriscape or turf on there, just because there is very minimal there. So it's going to be definitely somebody who wants more of a low maintenance home, 2-car garage. So maybe you don't have a bunch of toys or cars, but much more affordable. And again, those townhomes are coming as well. I don't have the prices on those, but they are coming. All right, next up is going to be SLC. So the actual developer of the community is actually a builder in the community as well. So Sutherland Company does have 3 series in Westerly. The first one is going to be their villas, which is more like their paired homes. The next one is their Franklin series. And then their final one is the Homestead series. So the villas, again, are going to be more of those paired home kind of styles. Those are going to be roughly about 1,400 to 2,200 square feet. They're now building, they had them with basements. Now they're building them without basements. So that's really not an option on those paired homes or those villas. But all of them are going to have the 2-car garage in the back, the patio in the front, beautiful finishes with lofts up top. They're gorgeous homes. The next one is the Franklin series, and that's going to be their newer version, or their new series coming on. Again, these are going to be kind of in between the villas and the homestead, because these are going to have the garages in the back as well. The nice side yards, so that's really great. But these are going to be a little bit bigger. These are still single family homes, okay? So they're not attached to anybody. You have the huge front porches on the front. A lot of these homes, because there's only a couple floor plans of this particular series, a lot of them are going to have the master on the first floor. So if that's something that you're looking for, the Franklin series actually might be a best bet for you. So you will have that. And then the price point on these ones are going to be roughly about $800,000 to $900,000, depending on which floor plan you get, the style, and the location. And then finally, you're going to have the Homestead series. Now, the Homestead series is going to be more of your traditional single family home. So you're going to have the garages in the front, you'll have the driveways, something that you probably already know of, probably with where you're at right now. The backyards are in the back, so that makes sense. All of these are going to either have 2-car garage or 2-car tandem. None of these homes are going to have a true 3-car because the way that Westerly is developed is they have honestly smaller lots, so you do have to adjust to that. You're going to have the smaller lot, and they really want everything to be kind of in the front and compact. So they're going to have more of the 2-car tandem opposed to a true 3-car. Now the Homestead series is going to be from ranches going up to your 2-story homes, anywhere between about 2,400 square feet over into above 3,000 square feet, roughly 3,500, depending on if you get the basement finished or anything like that. These homes are going to average anywhere between about $850,000 until about $1.1-1.2 million, again, depending on what you put into the home, finished basement, and then the lot and the location. All right, and then McStain is going to be the 3rd builder in this community, and it will be definitely the most expensive builder as well. McStain has definitely known for high-end luxury type of builder, and that's what they present in the Westerly community. These homes, they have 2 series as well. They have the Classic Collection, which they actually are just rolling out right now. That's a little bit more of the affordable side, anywhere between about $850,000 or so, going up to about $1.2 million, again, depending on what you get. And then the most expensive ones are going to be much more expensive and much larger as well. So these homes are going to have the 3-car garages. The square footage is anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000 square feet, again, if you have that finished basement. And those ones are going anywhere between about 1.2 going up to about 1.8 million. So you are going to be paying a pretty penny, but these ones will all include, or at least McStain anyways, will include the solar. And then everything will be energy efficient and, high-end luxury, cosmetics and all of that stuff. So these are the 3 builders that are going to be within the Westerly community. All of them are fantastic. And what I love about this community is so much is that regardless of what builder and regardless of what type of home you get, as you're driving through, you truly can't really notice which one is which. And they do that on purpose. And that's what I really love, opposed to some of these other communities when you're driving by, you're like, oh, those are really the expensive ones. Those are the huge houses opposed to, and then those ones are a little bit less expensive, and those are the small houses. You don't really notice that in Westerly, and that's what I really do love about it, because these paired homes, let's just say paired homes with SLC, they're bunched together, which makes it look big. So when you're driving through, it kind of looks like a McStain home that is 4,000 square feet. Or, the Brightland Homes and the Franklin series of the SLC homes, they all kind of look the same in the front. So you don't truly know who is what, and nobody has that like, oh, they live in the big side or the small side. That's what I really love about this community, is that you truly don't know. And that's what they're trying to bring to this community. Overall, Westerly is fantastic. You obviously have the HOA fees, but those are going to go towards the pool, the amenities, the upkeep of all of the landscaping. Depending on what type of home you get, it's going to anywhere between $87,000 and $107,000. Again, depending if you have that single family home with the garage in the front, or if you have the alley loads where the garage is in the back, it will determine on what type of HOA you have or the amount you're paying. But this community is going to be huge. Again, 20 plus years before it'll ever be finished. So it's going to be a long time coming with a lot more amenities ahead. But again, this is really going to be a community that really is going to be for a specific type of buyer and a specific type of, individual, family, whatever. It is definitely family friendly. You have the parks everywhere. You have the events. They take care of their kiddos as far as activities and things like that are concerned. But if you're somebody who wants your space and needs some breathing room and not to see your neighbors all the time, this is so not the community for you, because, the lots are small. You have those side yards. There's not, you're going to see your neighbors really all the time. And that's how it was developed. So anyways, that's my couple cents on Westerly. It is by far the most popular neighborhood in Erie as we speak right now. I personally am in love with this neighborhood. Please reach out to me anytime if you have questions regarding this specific neighborhood or any other neighborhood in Erie. Again, I live here, so I know it, I breathe it. Remember to click that subscribe button right there. That way you are notified every time I have a new video. And then to the next video, take care.